Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we are opening up some Pokemon TCG product. I've got an Elite Trainer box of Pokemon Sun and Moon Unbroken Bonds, and I was talking with a friend recently, so the reason I buy pre-release, or I'm sorry, not pre-release, the reason I buy Elite Trainer boxes is because whenever I go to pre-releases, I end up with just a bunch of just cards that I need to put in a box, and you know, I really like sorting cards. Like, I like making them be exactly where I want them to be, exactly when I need to find them, in case they become relevant in the future, like how Tapu Koko GX came kind of relevant super late after it was released. So I like being able to find my cards exactly when I want them, and I buy Elite Trainer boxes because I put the cards from the set in that box. Man, this is a nice looking box. Like, it's hard to see. Oh, you can see the texture because my light's in the back like that. But yeah, it's just so nice to be able to put all the cards from one set in one box, and that's why I buy them, you know, just to keep things organized. I'm pretty sure if a card shop ever just wanted to pay a dude store credit for organizing cards for hours on end, I'm sure I would definitely fit the bill. But he says that he thinks I have broken Elite Trainer box openings. So here's the artwork, super cool looking stuff. We got the Charizard Reshiram, we have the Meltan, I think it's Melmetal and Lucario. We have the Marshadow and Machamp, and then we've got my favorite, Gardevoir and Sylveon. I do need a new Gardevoir deck because Burning Shadows is going out of rotation, so I need a new Gardevoir deck, and I guess it's going to be Guardian. But he thinks, again, my Elite Trainer box pulls are broken, and we're about to find out if they are, because Unbroken Bonds, apparently the Elite Trainer box is the worst possible thing to pull from because you pay 40 bucks, and then people have been getting literally like nothing. Like, they've been pulling into nothing. So we'll see how broken my Elite Trainer box pulls really are. Here is the player guide. As we go through this, of course, they're going to talk about all the new Tag Team GX cards. So we got Formosa and Buzzwole. We have the ever-coveted Reshiram and Charizard. What else is in here? We've got the Alolan Muck and Muck, the Marshadow and Machop, Marshadow and Machamp, Greninja and Zoroark, the Lucario and Melmetal, and of course Gardevoir and Sylveon, which is what our goal is going to be today. It pretty much goes over all the GX cards as well as some strategies, so I really think these are cool. That they kind of help players out, kind of put combos together, kind of just teach people how to play the game. It's like a nice little informational tool to help people kind of pick up the Pokemon TCG. And I really like how this is what I really like. I like this nice card database because as a kid growing up, I loved these checklists. I love being able to be like, all right, I got this one, I need this one, and this gives like the rarity too, so it's like, okay, that's cool. It gives you 2 boxes so that it's like, did I get the holo version, the regular version? So I think it's really, really sweet to have this. I love these check boxes so much, especially as a kid. And they give you all like the full art, so it's like, if you don't know what they look like, you can look at this, because it gives you like right there. It's hard to, again, this is the hard to zoom in camera, but it gives you like the full art as well as the secret art, and that is just honestly amazing. That's what I want. That is the chase card for us today, my friends. Gardevoir and Sylveon GX with the secret art. That is the goal. Or Green's Exploration. That would be super sweet too. Green's Exploration is such a good card. And then they give you the hyper rares as well as the items that are going to be secret rared. And yeah, that is all the stuff there. Here's some more artwork in the back, super cool looking stuff. So before we get opening on packs, I would like to give a shout out to my friends that always support me playing Pokemon or opening Pokemon packs. So shout out to Matt, Aaron, Michelle, and Shukri. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting my want to open trading cards all the time, because I'm pretty sure it's like almost an unhealthy habit to open like packs all the time. Especially when we talk about being like starving students. All right, so here are the sleeves, which are super cool. Always really good for things like player pre-release or sleeving up a certain deck that you want to double sleeve for whatever reason. I'm going to go ahead and actually keep the code because I might want to use it later down the line. So we've also got these little nice box dividers. So I like storing the cards from the set in that box. So we've got the nice little box dividers to keep everything organized. We have a pack of energy, which comes with the Tag Team energy, which is a super cool looking like boxy ones. Let's try and move everything so we can at least fit all the extra stuff at the top there. And then we've got our little GX counter. It's got the Tag Team GX ones. Not as cool as the ones that come in the tins, But regardless, that's some good stuff there. It comes with dice, and here are the dice. I know they kind of look white, but it's kind of like a pinkish lava-looking type thing. Yes. They're kind of like red and pink, and then the big die for this one is orange, so that's super sweet. And then, of course, we've got our 8 packs of stuff. Let me put the box down. Okay. So we've got our 8 packs. We've got how many of each art? Oh, we got 3 Guardian ones. Yes. All right. So hopefully that's good news for us. We got 1 Reshiram and Charizard, 1 Machamp and Marshadow, 3 Lucario and Melmetals. So I think the order that we do is going to be this. So this is our order. We're going to do the Guardians last. We'll do the Reshiram and Charizard above that. And you know what? This is actually my least favorite one. So we'll do this one first. So let me make sure I've got my zoom focus in, because I always have to auto zoom these, because for some reason it doesn't like when I open cards. It never focuses correctly. So hopefully I can just do that on my own here. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and open this. Oh, this is awful. This is real bad. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and remove that. Let's take out the code on the left here, and then I think it's 12312, and then energy. Nope, that's the holo. So we got a Murkrow holo. So is this the energy? Oh yeah, this is the energy. All right, grass energy. We got a Murkrow holo, and here we go. All right, so we have. Come on. This part's never gonna work for me. For as long as I live, for as long as I do YouTube, I'll never get this focus to do exactly what I wanted to do. So give me just a quick second. I'm gonna fix my focus up here. All right, here we go. We've got a Glameow, a Growlithe, a Ghastly, a Togepi, a Pikachu, which is super cool looking. I always love all the new art they have for Pikachu. This one's like Pikachu on a boat. He's on a boat, and he's going probably at a relatively fast speed. We have a Rhydon, a Wartortle, Cleffa, and a Poliwrath. What was our... Oh, this is our rare. A Poliwrath rare. What does it do? Knuckle Punch for 50, and then for 1 water, and then 2 colorless. If Poliwag and Poliwhirl are on your bench, this attack does 90 more damage. 180 from this one Pokemon. That's actually kind of interesting, especially with that's able to knock out a Reshizard. So maybe that'll be an option for some people to be able to play something like that. All right, here's our second pack. We are moving on to the Melmetal and Melmetal Lucario. So let's go ahead and pull the code off on the back there, and it's 1 2 3 1 2. And no, wait, it's 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's that, and then that. Ha! We got him. All right, so we got the lightning energy there. We have a Geodude, a Litten, a Feroki, a Crabrawler from the pre-release. We've got an Oddish, a Cleffa, a Happiny, which is actually kind of an interesting Pokemon. Once during your turn before you attack, you may flip a coin. If heads, heal 60 damage from one of your Pokemon. If you use this ability, your turn ends. Kind of an interesting ability for like stalling, really. I don't know how much competitive play is going to see. I think it's a really interesting card. So we will put it off to the side with our Pikachu. We've got Dust Island. Whenever either player switches their poisoned active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon with the effect of a trainer card, the new active Pokemon is now affected by that special condition. So a way of keeping that poison relevant. We've got a Reverse Holo Oddish. And we have a Venomoth, not Holo Rare, unfortunately. Assassin Flight. You can only use this attack if your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition. This attack does 90 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance. And then Poison Powder for 1 grass energy. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. I don't know how that's going to play out, honestly, in competitive play. Not really sure. But as of right now, we are 2 packs in. We are 25% of our packs in. And we have yet to open a Holo Rare, a GX. And remember that our goal for the day is to hit 1 Guardian. Just 1. Like, Charizard, Reshiram, sure, whatever. But Guardian, that's where it's at for us, y'all. Alright. There we go. And I think the rates for this are like 1 hit per box. So 1 foil or whatever per box. So if we could hit 1, I think that means we win. I think we at least break even. And we haven't gotten any particular good uncommon yet either. So we'll see if we can whip something out. So we got a Togepi, another Pikachu on a boat, a Murkrow, a Rhyhorn, a Meltan, a Power Plant, which is actually a really good card. Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX in play have no abilities, which is really interesting because it kind of, they're kind of straying away, honestly, from Pokemon GX that aren't tag team, because a lot of Pokemon GX that are good have abilities. So you slap this down, it interrupts their entire play. I'm going to go ahead and put that off to the side because that's pretty good. We've got a Lyron, a Green's Exploration, which is really good. This card, I think it's one of the best cards in the set. You can pretty much use this to get out 2 item cards, or 2 trainer cards, so you can prep yourself next turn with a supporter, and then get something you need right now, like a switch, an escape rope, or if you're trying to finish off a game, you can have 2 custom catchers in your deck, use Green's Exploration, pick out those 2 custom catchers, and then just gust something up and take it out. We have a surprise box, which is pretty interesting. Put a card from your opponent's discard pile into their hand. And then we've got, ooh, a Honchkrow GX. So not the GX we're looking for. Hopefully not the only hit we've got. We've got Ruler of the Night. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent cannot play any Pokemon Tool, Special Energy, or Stadium cards from their hand. And then for 1 Darkness Energy and 2 Colorless Energy, Featherstorm. This attack does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX. Don't apply weakness and resistance for bench Pokemon. I don't know how I feel about that. This is really for like attempting to snipe things in the back, like Tapu Lele or like Dedenne, but it only hits GX Pokemon, and really like you want to start hitting things that are like weak, like basic stage nothing Pokemon, like just basic Pokemon that have 60 HP, and then you hit them twice essentially. But I don't know how I feel about this card. I feel like everyone was telling me, oh yeah, like everyone's getting Honchkrows, it's like the bad luck crow. So I don't know, I hope that's not our hit for the box. Like I'll even take a Whimsicott if that's what it takes. But really, again, I want that Guardian, or at the very least 1 tag team. Like you always want at least 1 tag team out of any sort of like box pulling you do. So hopefully we can get at least 1 tag team GX from all these packs. There's 8 packs in here. We'll see if my buddy's right, if I have any sort of good luck when it comes to pulling from Elite Trainer boxes, or if he's completely wrong and I was totally right. Alright, so here's our energy. We've got a Grass Energy Rock in there. We have an Esper, a Squirtle, a Rhyhorn, a Rattata, Goldeen, which was broken in the pre-release, a Stealthy Hood, another Happiny that I'll put off to the side here, a Welder, which is good because this is definitely one of the trainers you want to get from this. We've got a Cottony, which evolves into that very funny Whimsicott. So we will actually put that here. And then we've got a Seeking, which was the pre-release Murderer. This thing would, like, if you attach 1 Pokemon tool to it, or a Pokemon tool in general, you would get pretty much 6 coin flips. And for each coin flip, it does 30 damage times whatever amount of heads you rolled. And that, if you rolled properly, if you had just super good luck, you could knock out a Reshazard with that card, which is just super funny. That the pre-release card, the pre-release evolution line, was able to take out one of the strongest Pokemon in the entire set. I just thought that was hilarious. Like, just a funny little happenstance there. Alright, let's put that off to the side. Let's pull off the code off the bottom, and then we will go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we've got a Fire Energy there. So we've got a Slowpoke, a ground Whopper that uses water energy. Interesting. We've got a Sandile, a Meowth with that nice Catterday ability, a Grubbin, a Wartortle, a Gloom, which is an interesting Gloom. Once during your turn before you attack, if your opponent's bench isn't full, you may flip a coin. If heads, your opponent reveals their hand, put a basic Pokemon you find there onto their bench, essentially forcing your opponent to play cards. And in my experience with card games, any card that forces your opponent to do something they don't want to do is just good for you. So I'm going to put this Gloom off to the side, actually. We've got a Haunter, a Reverse Hollow Poliwrath, and we finish with the Mismagius with that mysterious message. Once during your turn before you attack, you may draw cards until you have 7 cards in your hand. If you drew any cards this way, this Pokemon is knocked out. So essentially, you trade a prize card for your opponent in order to draw 7 cards. Or at least draw until you have 7 cards, which is really good. Pokemon abilities that allow you to draw cards are really good because they prevent you from using your supporter, which is, like, fantastic. So that Mismagius is going to be very well appreciated. All right, we move on to our last 3 packs. We have our Guardian packs, and I've always just had this hopeful hunch that if you pulled from that GX's pack, or I'm sorry, from that like arts pack, you're gonna have a higher chance of pulling said GX. So that's why I saved him for last, because I'm hoping that there's one in here. I'm hoping that there's a Guardian in here. But we'll see. We'll see if we can pull it out. If we can't, feel sad. But like, if we can, it'll be magical. We've got a Psychic Energy. We have another Murkrow to join our army of crows. We've got a Rhyhorn, a Meltan, a Slowpoke, another Wooper with a Water Energy, a Porygon 2. We're looking for Porygon Z, actually, is the good one. A Ultra Forest Cartonvoy, which during this turn, damage from your Ultra Beast attacks isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. We've got a Golbat, a Darumaka, and a Persian GX. Ooh, with the Catwalk ability. Once during your turn before you attack, if one of your Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX was knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards, put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck. You can't use more than 1 Catwalk ability each turn. Really solid effect, because again, it allows you to like search cards. It allows you to search 2 cards. So essentially, if you lost a GX, you're going to be like, okay, well, you know, I'm just going to use Persian's ability. I'm going to get out 2 cards of exactly the kind that I need, and I'm going to go after you. And I'm going to make up for the fact that I just lost 2 prize cards. Hopefully, you don't have to use the Catwalk ability with a GX tag team, because that's just feels bad. That is just a feel-bad scenario right there, because you lost 3 prize cards, so you better hope that the 2 cards you get are enough to change the tide. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here we go. We're down to 2 packs left. Hopefully there is a tag team in here, or a Dedenne or something. We've got a Litten, a Clefairy, a Seal, a Gligar, a Misdreavus, which is good because now we have something for our Mismagius. We have a Hitmontop, a Gliscor, a Frogadier, a Malamar, a Purugly, and oh right, I forgot the trick. So we've got the Purugly. I don't remember if this does anything good. Stray Cat Dash. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. If this Pokemon evolved from Glameow this turn, discard 2 cards instead of 1. Very interesting. So it's a way of discarding cards from your opponent's hand. Alright, last chance to get a Tag Team GX. We've hit 2 GXs, which is good, but honestly, I really hope we can get 1 tag team. I really love the tag teams. I love their artwork. There's so much to like about them, and hopefully the tag team, if we hit one, is going to be Guardian. That would be just fantastic. I would love it so much. I would be fully appreciative of Elite Trainer Box if you can get us that Guardian. Alright, so we've got a Fighting Energy. We've got a Meowth, a Geodude, a Porygon, a Froakie, an Aaron, an Electromagnetic Radar, a Cleffa, a Giovanni's Exile, a Koga's Trap, and to wrap up our box, we've got a Mew. This is a really interesting card. It's my second one, actually. So it's got Bench Barrier, prevents all damage done to your bench Pokemon by your opponent's attack. This card, I thought about it recently. This is what's going to stop Pikarom decks in their tracks, preventing them from being able to use that Tag Bolt GX in order to deal 170 to the bench. This is honestly a card I see going quite a bit of a way, especially with Guzma rotating out in July. So I'm hoping this card is going to be good, because now I have 2 of it, and I don't have any Guardians. I'm hoping to pick them up before the next tournament. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Apparently Guardian isn't doing too hot in competitive play right now, so hopefully that drops the price before someone figures out how to use it properly. Alright, let's go ahead, fix our zoom one last time. This was all 8 packs. So to wrap up, these were the cards I thought were really worth anything, really. So we've got a Misdreavus, a Mismagius, a Gloom, a Welder, Happiny, Green's Exploration, Power Plant, Pikachu, because we're a bunch of Pikachu dorks, Dust Island, and another Happiny. And then for our hits for the box, we've got a Mew with that Bench Barrier ability. Let's see. Oh, right, I took off the autofocus. Alright, well, we got a Mew with the Bench Barrier ability, we got a Persian GX, and we got a Honchkrow GX. Unfortunately, no Tag Team GXs for the box, but 2 hits is apparently better than what most people have been getting out of their Elite Trainer box. So let me know if you think that my Elite Trainer boxes are okay at the very least, if my pulls from these are okay, or if they're just trashu, and I'm just thinking it's way better than what it should be. But with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If there are any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. But as always, everyone, until next time, take it easy.